Hey everyone, Lei here, and today I want to talk about something that honestly blows my mind every single day. We're living in this era where someone can build $1 million business from their laptop, reaching customers across the entire globe without ever meeting them face to face. But here's what most people don't realize. The entrepreneurs crushing it online aren't just lucky. They're following a completely different playbook than traditional businesses ever had access to. I recently dove deep into Russell Brunson's book, .com Secrets, and it completely changed how I think about online business. This isn't some technical manual about coding or SEO tricks. This is about understanding the psychology of how people actually buy online, and it's fundamentally different from how they buy offline. So buckle up, because we're about to pull back the curtain on the systems that power today's most successful online businesses. Let's start with something Brunson calls the secret formula. Now, most entrepreneurs make this critical mistake. They try to sell to everyone. They think, hey, I've got something valuable, so I should reach as many people as possible, right? Wrong. Dead wrong. Here's the truth. The riches are in the niches. When you try to appeal to everyone, you end up appealing to no one. Think about it this way. Would you rather have 1,000 lukewarm prospects who might buy someday, or 100 people who are desperately searching for exactly what you offer? The answer should be obvious, but most people get this backwards. Your dream clients aren't just demographic categories like women aged 25 to 45. They're real people with specific problems, desires, and pain points. They have names, faces, and stories. But here's where the internet becomes your secret weapon. Your ideal customers are already congregating online, discussing their problems, and searching for solutions. Your job isn't to create these communities, it's to find them. Before the internet, if you wanted to sell wrestling gear, you'd have to visit gyms and schools one by one. Today, every wrestler in the world can gather on forums, Facebook groups, and specialized websites. This is the power of digital congregations. Now, once you find where your people hang out, you need something compelling enough to make them stop scrolling and pay attention. This isn't about being salesy. It's about providing genuine value that makes them think, finally, someone who understands. Your bait should solve a specific pain point, be quick to consume, and give them a taste of what working with you would actually be like. Okay? So you've got their attention. Now what? This is where the value ladder concept becomes absolutely crucial, and honestly, this might be the most important thing you learn today. Let me tell you a story. Picture walking into a dentist's office for a free teeth cleaning. Sounds like a great deal, right? But 30 minutes later, you're walking out having spent $2,000 on teeth whitening and retainers. What just happened? You experienced a perfectly executed value ladder in action. The dentist didn't trick you. He provided genuine value at each step. First, the free cleaning that builds trust and identifies problems. Then, teeth whitening solution that solves the problem he discovered. Then, custom retainers that prevent future problems. The magic wasn't in the individual services, it was in the strategic progression from one level to the next. Most business owners make one of two critical mistakes. Either they only offer one thing, like a $97 course, or a $2,000 coaching package. So when someone isn't ready for that specific offer, they lose the sale entirely. Or they jump straight to the expensive stuff, meeting someone at a networking event and immediately pitching their $10,000 mastermind program. It's like proposing marriage on the first date. Here's the solution. Build a complete value ladder that serves people at every level of commitment and investment. Let me give you another example. A chiropractor was stuck charging $50 per adjustment, seeing patients for 10 minutes at a time, just trading time for money with no scalability. Then he mapped out what he really knew beyond basic adjustments: nutrition, natural healing, fibromyalgia treatment, carpal tunnel solutions, comprehensive wellness programs. Within months, he transformed his practice. He started offering free massages to get people in the door, then $50 adjustments to solve immediate pain, then $500 nutrition programs to address root causes, then $5,000 comprehensive wellness programs for complete transformation. And finally, monthly maintenance plans for ongoing relationships. Same expertise, completely different business model. Instead of maximizing the number of patients, he maximized the value he provided to each patient. And here's something every successful online business understands. One-time sales build income, but continuity builds wealth. Continuity means customers pay you regularly, whether it's weekly, monthly, or yearly, for ongoing access to your value. This gives you predictable monthly income that lets you invest in growth, serve customers better, and sleep soundly, knowing your revenue isn't starting from zero each month. Now here's where sales funnels come into play. Think of a funnel like a guided tour through your value ladder. Instead of overwhelming people with all your options, you strategically introduce them to the right next step based on where they are in their journey. When someone first discovers you, they're not ready for your highest level service. They don't know you, trust you, or understand the value you provide. A sales funnel solves this by creating a logical progression that builds trust while increasing investment. And here's the mindset shift that changes everything. Most businesses focus on making money from the first sale. Successful online businesses focus on breaking even on the first sale and making their profit on everything that comes after. This lets you spend more to acquire customers than your competitors, afford to provide incredible value upfront, build deeper relationships, and create sustainable competitive advantages. Real example. If your competitor can only afford to spend $50 to acquire a customer because that's their profit margin, but you can afford to spend $200 because you make $1,000 plus per customer over time, who do you think will dominate the market? Let me share one more powerful concept before we wrap up: the attractive character strategy. Here's something most entrepreneurs get backwards. People don't buy products, they buy from people they know, like, and trust. Think about your favorite brands. Do you love Apple because they make the best computers, or because of the story Steve Jobs told about thinking different? The most successful online businesses are built around compelling personalities that people want to follow and support. This means sharing your backstory so people see that you started where they are now. It means teaching through memorable stories instead of lecturing with facts and figures. It means showing your character flaws because perfect people are intimidating and unrelatable. And it means taking a stand on important issues because trying to please everyone pleases no one. So here's what I want you to take away from this episode. Success in online business isn't about having the perfect product, the slickest website, or the most followers. It's about understanding the psychology of how people buy and creating systems that guide them naturally toward the outcomes they desire. Your dream customers are out there right now, searching for exactly what you offer. They're gathered in online communities, struggling with problems you can solve, and willing to pay for the right solution delivered in the right way. The difference between entrepreneurs who struggle and those who thrive isn't talent, luck, or timing. It's having the right map for the journey. If you want to dive deeper into these concepts and see the complete framework with all the examples and implementation steps, head over to bullishbooks.com. I've got the full article there with detailed breakdowns of different funnel types, email sequences, and everything else we covered today. Trust me, it's worth the read. Until next time, keep building, keep learning, and remember, the businesses winning online today aren't the ones with the best products. They're the ones with the best systems for finding, engaging, and serving their ideal customers. Now go create yours.